Hey everybody, Music Pirate 1103 here, doing a review to Season 5, so hope you like it. Season 5 is narrated by Michael Angelis in the UK and Alec Baldwin in the US, which was produced in 1998. There are 26 episodes in this season still, and their music is still composed by Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell. We have a lot of new characters who are introduced in this season though, but a lot of the characters have useless roles because they only appeared once, never to return after this. The characters who are introduced are Cranky the Crane. He's a good character, he's a very popular character, so he's not a useless one. He appears in the first episode of this season, which is Cranky Bugs. And he appears quite often after this because all he ever works is at the dock, so Cranky's not useless. Old Slow Coach is, because she only appeared in 2 episodes, Thomas Percy and Old Slow Coach, and Happy Ever After. Like, why have her on for just 1 season and then get rid of her? Horrid Lories are horrible characters. They only appear in 1 episode, which is Horrid Lory. Don't really have much to say about them. They're the villains, though, and they only had 1 appearance. Ari and Bert aren't useless characters. In their introduction in Stepney Gets Lost, Ari is not named and Bert doesn't speak. So, maybe not a good introduction, but they do become popular characters because they appear quite often after it. Derek isn't a popular character. He is, again, a useless character because the only episode that he appears in, which is Double Teething Troubles, he does seem pretty useless because I can see why they only had him on for 1 season. He had teething troubles, and now maybe he's gone to the scrapyards. So that's why he's only appeared in 1 episode of the whole television series. They also don't call him by name. Also, he does appear in a music video called, in the 2005 special, which is Calling All Engines, but that doesn't really count to me because 1, it's not in an episode, and 2, it's just only a music video. It never happens in the Calling All Engines movie, so that's why to me it doesn't count. Butch is another character. He is introduced in Horrid Lory, faceless though. Butch is still not a useless character because he will appear in Season 15 with a face though, but I'll talk more about it when we get to Season 15. 2 more useless characters after this are Bertram and Thumper. They only appear in 1 episode each and they don't speak. It's not worth having them on the show. Thumper it is because he can do something. He can actually crush rocks, so why would they have him on just for 1 episode and then get rid of him? The episode Thumper appears in is Rusty and the Boulder. And then after that, he never appears. And then there's Tiger Moth, who is, I guess, maybe a villain of the show. He only appeared in 2 episodes, which are Sir Topham Hatt's Holiday and Make Someone Happy. There's no point having him on the show, so yes. The firsts about the season are that this is the first season where Alec Baldwin takes over as the narrator from George Carlin, who stopped after Season 4. This is the first series where Bulgy, Sir Handel, Duke, Smudger, Class 40 Diesel, Scruffy, and Bulstrode don't appear since their debuts. No episode in this season is based on a Railway series story, as well as introducing original characters with no connection to the Railway series of the Railway series stories, so that doesn't happen in this season. And this is the first season to say the phrase confusion and delay. The finals about the season are that this is the final series to feature Boko to date. This is the final series that is produced in the 1990s as well as the 20th century, and the last series to use name boards in the episode sequences. There are also series where this is the only of. This is the only series where Donald makes an appearance, but without Douglas. The only series where Diesel has no appearance since his Season 2 introduction. This is the only series where Old Slowcoach, the Horrid Lorries, Bertram, Thumper only appear in one episode. This is the only series where all those characters appear in, and like I said, Bertram and Thumper have no speaking role. And then, excluding that, another thing I have to say is that out of all the narrow gauge engines that were introduced in Season 4, all 8 of them, Smudger, Sir Handel, and Duke are the only ones that don't return. Smudger never will because he's a generator, but Sir Handel and Duke don't appear physically because for Duke, he is only seen in a portrait, though, and Sir Handel is only in a music video, so that's why for Duke and Sir Handel, it doesn't really count. The only narrow gauge engines that make appearances are Skarloey, Rheneas, Peter Sam, Rusty, and Duncan. So that's all I have to say about Season 5, and we'll see you later.